doesn't realise it's mysterious. I didn't even mention. It's not oil, tobacco blends anyway more than incense, but it's strange when I was mentioning the suspicious spices, 22 spices, $25, 2 jars of horseradish. It's absolutely crap, even if there wasn't suspicious ingredients. Yesterday or the day before, 3 or 4 reasons other why I know there's long lines of fortified scrubs, MDMA in it. So going from starvation and wanting to eat constantly to not wanting to eat all day and smoking 3 times as much. That's one of them. I think it makes a little bit of a difference. Also, the paper rollies. I wouldn't pick up every stone on a pathway, whether or not people would be suspicious and call a terrorist squad, or say 5 or 6 police cars if someone picks up a few rocks and a stick, and collecting cigarette butts 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago. Because I went to cross a zebra. Okay. Quite late at night, about 8:55. Okay. Went past the Hungry Jack's and smelled potent, revolting smell of feminine hygiene products and a bit of baby semen. Continued to walk. Didn't find many cigarette butts, but found some feathers. For instance, I've got this crow feather. It might be hard to see the perspective, but it's huge. With a square perspective in the camera. Cigarette lighter. It's a big crow. But I found a few feathers. They were in a bundle and it looked really nice and colourful. Kept walking. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Found a stick. Nothing that unusual. Even though I had been amused at myself in walking through a park, seeing like a log, not a log, but say that's a wooden sword. It's no wooden. Don't know why I got that or why I'd want a real one. Several times I've donned myself in their head playing with it and it was serious. But yeah, the police said came around for CTO, loophole of mental health act. When I told him I was taking a holiday, I asked him about am I right to take a holiday, and they were all smiles, of course, putting on the big pseudo charisma charm. Yes, that's alright, and it's kind of like blah blah blah, blah crosshair maybe. Missing something, but that's fairly typical. Got home, it was on the weekend, Friday. I picked up 3 packets of olanzapine. Yeah, olanzapine, yeah. Zet'Pze. Supposedly, one ingredient is pulverized crushed butterfly wings. I'm not sure if the species of butterfly has much to do with it. But I was saying earlier about being careful about even discussing it. I'm alright now, but have an extra 10 or 20 milligrams, so I've got to drop that. It's worse than addiction to Coca-Cola or cocaine, but different. Yeah. So I avoid that. It's probably more of an issue with genuine health practice. Anyone with 20 milligrams, I don't know how they justify the maximum doses of how much to take. Denorial double bind studies. If you ask a supposed qualified general medicine practitioner, would be absolutely offended if you require to know, did they pass a Bachelor of Medicine, undergraduate course in medicine, 6 years, very heavy workload. Bachelor of Medicine, there you go. Is it double bind, B-I-N-D, or blind, B-L-I-N-D? This is, I've never actually tested this, but you would likely just get nodding and smiling even the 8th or 20th time you ask, because once I did actually ask in the time the 2 police came around, when I was ready to re-engage, and the day before or the day before that, 2 days before that, mysterious Facebook message from supposed constables wanting to do a welfare check, and wrote back and something about, you haven't been taking your medication, and it's like, well, I have. Anyway, it's been going in every day to 20 milligrams and requesting an extra 10, and back then, a year and a half, I said a year and a half, a year ago, I don't really care, a year and a half. And, okay, where we go? Oh yeah, that time I went to the ED anyway, even though it's like, oh, forced entry. The 2 supposed police officers that work with ambulance and psychiatry, supposedly they'd be on some moral pride rampage of being the best police officers, if that is their main job. I've seen one of them before, and I said, I've seen you before, haven't I? And the other one just grabbed his face, and it's a familiar face, and like that, gee, wagging. But it's like, oh, okay, do you have any weapons? They asked if I had any weapons. And it's like, oh, well, yes, I've got a wooden sword. But yeah, do you mind if I come in? And it's like, well, that's fair enough. I'll let him come in. Just say, no, I don't have any, I'm not a terrorist. I've got a wooden sword, so maybe it worked in my best interest. They came in, but there was a few issues after that. So I had this place really good and positive energy, even though there's like miscalculated, or to do with the miscalculation of when I'm kicking ass. I think this shit's gonna go wrong, because it often does. It did when I was kicking ass. To it vulgarly, kicking ass. Supposedly that would be a magpie. I see a lot of these around. Magpie, but it looks to me more like magpie lark, skylark. What's a skylark? Magpie lark. But it doesn't. What's a magpie feather look like? Another one. Well, I was playing with some stuff. Yeah. Oh, used to be there. Still is. Oh dear, almost a celebration mood. But I was making stuff like this. I'm not sure where the other one is, which is a better example. I don't know what it does. I was trying to smudge with it, but that's a stupid idea. Magpie feather. Ooh. That one, maybe they're from different parts, but it's different. And that one there, that white blotch, that's magpies. It's not a crow, probably more regular size, and that's the ginormous one. I suppose that would be a reason to lock someone up and assassinate them, castrate them, prove they're a pedophile. Presumably, that one was already messed up. I think, well, I kept it anyway. It's not that bad. There's something wrong with it. Oh, there's no hair on it. What's that doing there? It's a bit messed up too. Maybe pigeon. Wing-necked dove is maybe big. There's a magpie feather. That one's a bit screwed up too, unfortunately. And tough. So I suppose it'd be schizophrenic and a pedophile, worthy of castration, then I'll borrow what, $3 or $7 flutes. I haven't played in a long time. It's got one of these on it. One of those. Right. And the hippie shops don't get coffee anywhere now. Is it 7-Eleven? There's $1 coffees that I started getting because no coffee shop can make it coffee. You get the first one. I can have a double ristretto. So I learned when I was locked up for an indefinite stay with other patients. We were there for 8 years, 9 years since it started. I would say 3 months or 2 months at the local one and transferred 2 months. At best you get 4 leaves. You're allowed on hospital grounds 4 times for half an hour for a cigarette, no smoking. And I wasn't allowed any for like a month, any at all. And it did actually make me feel rather suicidal. I learned from a Shambhala artist. This is different. The Shambhala Sacred Path of the Warrior by Shambhala publishes shedding a tear and being comfortable in public, even to maintain posture and integrity in development. But I think that's different. But the funny thing is, I was allowed to have 1 leave a day for a couple of weeks, and I was lucky to get 2. Can't remember how quite to put this. I was getting 2 or 2, maybe. Oh, looking at getting 3. I said, could I have 3 half-hour leaves a day cigarette? It's like, no, because we visually abscond. So, well, I'm already getting 2. If I have another one, do you think I would have absconded on the first one, the second, or from that schizophrenic and strategic? Would have waited a couple of weeks on the first one and then just kind of casually disappeared. Anyway, I can't remember what brought that up. What did bring that up? This one's interesting. I don't know if you can see the blue. There's a stripe of darker blue. You can't see it on the phone. Don't know what that's from. That'll be written castrating too. I didn't check. Was that showing? Yeah, it had hairs in it. Rainbow lorikeet or something. I'd find hundreds, thousands. I don't care if I pick them all up or if that proves I'm schizophrenic too. It's a fat crow leather. Fat one. It was good if I was going to make a smudgo amulet. Yeah, okay. What's that? The weapons. Oh, yeah, that was more interesting. Bear privilege. Black bear privilege. We were walking through a park, see a random log about, say, that long, that fat. And it's like, oh, I'm tempted. All of a sudden I feel like have bear privilege, black bear privilege. And I didn't pick it up. Because I didn't know what I was going to do there. Probably being called a pedophile 20 times, which is subliminal. But enough when calculating the subliminaries and, for instance, being with a case manager, agreeing to meet at a coffee shop, just sort of connected to the community clinic, and get to the service desk, customer service. Almost straight into the subliminary pedophile. Not exactly like that, but it was repeated like 10 or 11 times. And the case manager was basically obviously going, changing dressing, fist pumping, basically, like, pretty obviously. I'm not imagining that. Anyway, that's bullshit anyway. And it's kind of like, just casually, maybe I didn't really care if I was pulling a face. But then I was talking about Black Wolves. Get on Black Wolf radio, because there's all this plasma fawn radio shit. Plasma fawn radio, and it's kind of like, I was interested in Black Wolves. I was subliminarily, transliminarily. I don't know what even brought me to that. My aloe vera plants. This morning, aloe vera in the ancients. Illegal Columbus continental drifts. And in a consultation with a psychiatrist, I'm telling them, there's several points I want to bring up. If you give me a moment. You go on for another 5 minutes, and I'll go, feel like your thoughts aren't matching up. And I'll do a dance. Your thoughts aren't matching up. They feel like his thoughts aren't matching up. And a dance. Thoughts aren't matching up. This, even after like 7 or 8 years, them making rather dishevelled and cluttered. Thoughts aren't matching up. I told them that anyway. And the reason I was saying that brings me back to when the two police arrived. I tried to call. I went to a herb shop, Happy Herb shop. They've got some good gear. It's a bit overpriced for small packages. It's at the bus stop, and I had that hostile message from a supposed Constable Gary Rodriguez on Facebook. At one point he changed his profile picture to a red dot. And I tried calling him on my $10 credit on my phone. It's like, customer service, receptionist. So I think he translated automatically. He's like, how may I help you? Can we help you? Probably not. Anyway, likely not. It's like, may I please speak to this person? Who may I ask is calling? That's really tricky. Just put her on, she'll know who it is. Thank you. I see her regularly, psychologist for an appointment, about developing rapport, about this, getting over these thoughts aren't matching up kind of shit that 20 billion, how many times? 178,000 times? 100, as long as 178,000 times. And yes. Who my ass is calling? And it's like, I know, she'll know who it is. And so I end up saying, on my birth certificate, I do been informed of requesting to the family landing, immediate shower, 4-year-old in the backyard. Samael, the name's Samael. They refer to me as Samael. It's just a name. At this point in time, there's no Granny's notion. There is an Archangel Samael and a band called Samael. I can't put it on my phone because they're Samael. Samael. It's an Archangel from Bridge Notes, the immediate universe, and say Roger Ramjet and Queen Mary, Archangel Michael, Raguel, and Bridge Note. So if we put that there, and there, and put it about a crumb point over there, and there. See, I'm just estimating that Samuel's, he's around there. He apparently met Moses and freaked him out enough for Moses to deny everything that he was there for, and I don't know, he supposedly Theravada? No, what? Talmud or something. Talmud, Moses met archangels of God's wrath and anger. Wrath and anger. That was bad enough, and then Samael, supposedly incomprehensibly huge just basically an assortment of eyes, like eyes. It freaked him out, the whole situation. So, I was getting back to the specifics about supposed bachelors of medicine working in hospitals. I said about refusing benzodiazepines. Whatever, there's about 5 or so, I don't know how many was in my spices. I got the other one, the fortified ones. And the olanzapine, Zet'Pze is basically a benzodiazepine as well. But maybe a different kind of way it assimilates in the system. But I tend to often have a paradoxical reaction. Or is that paradoxical? Paradoxical or paradoxial? I've never really been bothered. I don't really care to look it up. Paradoxical, or paradoxical. And she was smiling and nodding. And so, yeah, I'm wondering, because you've studied this, supposedly, and I didn't say supposedly or different cheek. So is it paradoxical or paradoxial? I haven't actually looked it up. Nodding. About the 8th or 9th time, the security was standing there. Security's everywhere. And I'm just relaxing and slopey fucking shit. I don't even want to talk about this bullshit. Oh. And the charade. This is the worst part. Probably the worst part. Maybe after the anyway. A very young lady, say 8 years old, in a stretcher with a very suspicious looking ambulance driver. So that ambulance driver looks like he's got some kind of underlying issues regarding this young girl. Wait a minute. And the woman comes, and I was like, I'm really hoping that someone's supervising him. Like, I don't want to be paranoid. I didn't say anything. I just saw her. She's like, what am I doing here? What's all this shit? And shortly after, there's a woman like indicating to tears and stuff coming out of her eyes. They moved me because I couldn't lay down and relax, and there's basically people coming in, like they were going out. There's the central hub with all the nurses and psychiatrists and dog wars, I suppose educated people, even though being educated is the worst form of schizophrenia. At least I got that right. Well-educated academics are schizophrenics, which is right. But it was a bit odd when we came up with that. So it didn't sound right. I wouldn't go around telling people that's what they think. It's delusional enough to know. I don't have any solid evidence of that, and if I did bring it up, the kind of switch whammy and line up to where I'm at, and notice how preposterously ridiculous that is. Even though I found out later it's not because I'm schizophrenic. I found out what schizophrenic actually means, and schizophrenics taught them all the words like delusional and paranoid and psychiatric, and they reformed it so they come up on top if it was a deliberate intention or agenda to overcome schizophrenics and psychotic Buddha of the East, or whichever Buddha that was, that working with in sort of desperation to get things right. Mind my own business. Needs it. He told me needs it. Just needs it. And in relation to like the necros next door, Peninsula Health, obnoxious. Like, I couldn't say obnoxious as good as a young Buddha could. Buddha of the East. He said, well, you know, let's do so at that point, it's the right time to know what does psychotic mean. I can't remember precisely, you know, but supposedly the universe and all-encompassing the expansion of that is a psychotic love-flinging frenzy match. The universe is a psychotic love-flinging frenzy match. Do you want to hear any more? Okay. Well, anyway, it did come back to this only half-told story about the woman following the young lady who was hoping the ambulance driver wasn't alone with that young girl in the ambulance. There's nothing much I can do then or anything else because I moved across to another. They had a plan. They moved me to another room. And at one point, she got, well, I don't know if it was her or another one, got dragged around the stretcher with a very familiar situation where she could not, had lost a lot of ability to be able to verbalise any denoted language in a situation, and one of the drugs they gave her, and that wasn't an act. At one point, there was a staff member telling her to put a finger in something, and she was saying, "No, Michael," and repeating Michael. And I was like thinking, yeah, keep doing that, and that finished. At another point, there was another girl around the same age with the same girl with a tap, 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 like crack, crack, crack sound, tapping on a hammer, and she was going, ow, ow, and that sounded serious. I was fucked up thinking any kind of sexual, yeah. And the definitions of pedophile being sexual, and the 5 definitions that are eloquently rational in denoting even attraction. It's just confusing. It's not sexual. They're pedophiles, but it's like schizophrenia. They make it sound really. Anyway, that's not a good cross-reference. Yeah, that's about all. A couple of police came in at some point. A couple of shady-looking ones. One that might have seen something I was doing and said, I kind of heard him say, if there's any issues with him, I suggest you get rid of him. Oh, that's what I thought I heard him say. I wasn't sure where he was at. But next thing, another top chief security comes up with a camera on his shoulder. Not long later, he was parked on the other side of the doorway. I'm not allowed to leave, and scratching my nose. Is that please forgive me situation? So he said, and he kind of started humping over, and these days that's enough to piss me off. If they put on any display of any kind of acknowledgement of anything, and putting on a display, he went into the station and said something about me being a witch. So I'm doing nothing but minding my own business, and she was getting, I probably already had a couple of sandwiches and cups of tea, and a bottle of water with micro hairs, and it still had the seal on it. Hairs in it, and I started spitting in the sink, which the security got pissed off about. So I stopped and started condensing around here, to which I started not attempting to, but sort of half vomiting into a bin around the time when I see a female police officer in the area. But I got out in 8 hours. Usually it's 2 months. Maybe 3.5, 4 weeks before I'm even allowed out on hospital grounds with staff to get a coffee. Anyway, there's enough of that shit. Bullshit. I am more interested in, say, my shambler drivers and directions. In, like, say, do I blow the smoke? Because I don't always have a feather handy, or being a little bit, shall I say, lazy. Can't really be bothered doing things right, but it helps, doesn't it? Place, put, drop, stuff like that. It helps. Especially when shit goes missing, it's times and times. That's probably about all. But I got out, things weren't right. After I got out of there, even though it was like 8 hours, 5 p.m. I went in. And as soon as I got in, it's like, I was freaking out. And I said to these 2 hero police officers that you can tell the difference coming from when I was in my home environment to now when I'm not quite as together in that situation and what shit they got going on in those hospitals. You think they were real police officers that had the integrity, think this shit is against the fucking law. Oh, see how that was alright. I don't know. I think I was planning on moving on to what I was originally planning on doing. 30 hours, checking the time. I'm checking myself out. 30, 51, 52. Like for instance, I was in the process of deciding between a cup of reishi mushroom and lion's mane mushroom, and I also have a shaman tea. And I was inclined at that point to think, oh, I'd just rather have the shaman tea. Right now, I can't be bothered, even though Mamo number 7 is saying have the lion's mane and reishi. I've already had a little bit of reishi and lion's mane. I'm getting low on that. I don't know where I'm going to pick that up without people thinking that proves I'm a pedophile. I'm calling for a search warrant. Serving. Or being chief operative nursing case managers and their customer service representatives. It's like everyone, 93% of the population is employed by putting a bigger fridge in there, 540. So, smoking skills. What is that? It looks almost like, what is that? Can you see that there's something on there? Is it something on my packet? I don't know if you can see, I got it wrong. There's a beetle or something. Spider or a bit of ash that's kind of randomly floating around somehow to make it look like it. I don't know if it's not necessarily shaman tea. It's kind of interesting. No, wait, none of my business. Nauseous. Bit of ash or beetles. Smoking seals. Yeah. But I don't have any illegal drug use. Let those police in. Because I had a wooden sword. I thought, well, it probably rationally did help my situation that they came in and said, I don't have any. I went to pick up some of my medication because that particular day I was kind of got out of bed. I got out of bed and often within 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes, at the most 37 and a half minutes, I have 20 milligrams of olanzapine. And that day I got out of bed. I was going to have my olanzapine and I was like, I won't right now. I went to do some other stuff. 15 minutes, half an hour. And yeah, knock on the door. Because really, in my situation, if anyone comes around, it's either police, ambulance. It's like if anyone decent comes around, they can't. It's rational they wouldn't be able to. If anyone tries to call, there's a chance to misdirect the numbers or add to be friends online, social networks. Could get vulgar messages back. I don't know for sure. Emails. Residential property managers. Not real estate, but so the owner, whether they can intervene and send messages that seem to be coming from her. Or hostile neighbours fully engaged with people pretending to be police. I can't really hear them, but there's someone knocking at the door. And they references to smack heads. A lot of people you find in psych wards are on the smack roll. More so lately, you win them over and put on the smack roll. We make it do that shit, we put you on smack. If you're not on the smack roll, then you're a piece of good, according to Smackers. Don't know if anyone can smell that. What should I do mine? My oil burner. My crystals. The essential oils in the last 15 years. There's a chance my senses have been put out in an iatrogenic situation. But it's the piss week now. I don't know if anyone knows. If I brought up to the herb shop or health shop, what did they say? What was I going to say? "15 years, I think people notice, but it's likely my sense perceptions aren't right. But there's something else cross-hairing. Somehow it seems impossible, doesn't it? It should be, but it is impossible, and it's absolutely denial, trapped in a hallucinatory, abstract kind of reference to this is real and the stars and the planets and science. And when talking about Buddha, it must be a better word. Because I was kind of subliminally referencing in my mind to say seriously offensive. And so not offensive to me personally, but just offensive to everything in general. To you, it's offending yourself, shaming chimps. Or when they go, analgesic. Or they go, analgesic. How do you do it? I used to be a good actress. Cerebral cortex. No, they don't even say, I'm taking the piss, they don't say like a retard there. Analgesic. I sort of gave him the benefit of the doubt on the Hishu Wu. No, should I say it? It's alright. Hishu Wu is some plant and a nice, really cool story of the Taoists. He practiced Taoism and a lot of meditation, say Qigong, to overcome some discrepancy, or he was born kind of wasted, weak. He's in the integrity of his body and function. He took a nap in maybe forest. I don't know the exact story, or if they fancied it up, doesn't matter. He woke up from a nap somewhere in the wilderness, and there's a plant in front of him. And he knew that was significant of this plant growing in front of him. So he pulled it up and took it to his friends and colleagues, and they knew what to do with it to brew it with black bean sauce. I don't know if they had to brew it for 10 hours and let it reduce and have like seagulls. What do we call it? Turkey farmers? I was calling turkey farmers when there's some psychotic ninja seagulls. So like ninja seagulls in the area, because once I was at the front of that fruit shop where I got the spices and they sell halva, Greek halva, tahini halva. I was having banana out there, and it's like, you have seagulls like chips. We know everyone knows seagulls like chips, and it was like, have a banana, and they weren't really sure about it. But they're seeing this fucking seagull come out of nowhere. I can't remember. He's sort of like there already, and he got that bit of banana, and he was gone. I'm not tripping. I don't hallucinate. I never hallucinated. It's completely mundane at the same time. We wouldn't go around saying analgesic, cerebral cortex. But anyone sort of thought, likes bananas. There's some freak seagull in the neighbourhood that really likes bananas. And I found out about Buddha, my delusional Buddha mum. The actual one was born as Buddha. The Arthur family, landing in the Arthur family, Vlad Dracul. I found more recently, like these people coming and saying, stupid. They say their Anna a lot. Like, so what does Anna mean? I don't even want to say it's stupid. Timeout. I don't know what a timeout. It seems like everyone knows what a timeout is. Everyone knows what turkey vulture is. Yeah, not everyone, but like psychoclaticers denote themselves as turkey vultures somehow. That they might have watched, they might have had sensed or been in the process. They could have existed as humans, or they did once exist as humans. It's fucking madness. When that fucking fortified MDMA and benzotropine, benzopan, dimethylnecrophylloclats, yeah. Or the 7-Eleven coffee with the necrophoric fucking let's marry a corpse and get more enjoyment, satisfaction, and sex with a corpse and bottles, necro bottles. There's something wrong with condom residue and something for certain people with 7-Eleven coffees now. How long has that been? Anyway, don't worry, don't take my word for that. I don't have any absolute solid evidence. How you could test for like necrophiliac fucking slime and pus, and how absolutely unrelentingly painful it actually is to what they think is the most satisfying sexual experience they've ever had. I don't know how unpleasant that will be. I don't even want to think about it. I'm sorry I brought it up, but several things, isn't there? Have I missed any from back further? So bad about that food acids in the juice. Went on for like 4 or 5 years. Wendy Arthur being born as a Buddha mom. In reference to butcher birds. Because I was calling them magpies. Magpies, I don't know what that is. Magpie lark, hang on. There's something in reference to magpie lark, which is there's another one. The Arthur family. As an 11-year-old, there was a 10-year plot of what then when I was 11, as a 20-year-old pedophile smash him in the head with a corkscrew, hammer driver, lemon peel, snutter, bricklaying equipment, toothbrush moulding apparatus. Which, a bit delusional, the reference or its personal significance to M83 weight. Hey, this has been helping the shaman tea. I know straight away I might be kind of blending it in the emotions, like the 4-year-old in the backyard ending up in Wendy Arthur's womb, and she was always pregnant, according to everyone else, and everyone kind of forgot about the meteor shower. The time at and where the blood reckon in relation to, or Novus Air Loop. It's madness. I don't really care. If anyone lock me up, I got a blue card. I get money from the government because I'm supposedly disabled. Can't do shit. They want to make sure I can't do shit with any cognitive dissonance. Bit of a rample and realise their shit's not matching up. Don't smoke weed anymore. It's making 4 or 5 times as much tobacco, whatever was in the spices and that horseradish and seal off one of the horseradish is already in there. I took the seal off one and both of them had the plastic kind of seal. It's the only shop I've been to several and it's kind of got stuck in a corner and it's like, they might think it's celebratory. It's got stuck in a corner, it's like, where can I do my shopping? No one can approach me, no one can come to back or front door. Could be ash. Oh yeah. So I found this shop. I used to go there before 2010, or 2008 into 2010. Big bags of apples. I used to cook apple stews, and I was experimenting with polenta and apples to try and bake stuff. I was making a lot. I was living on chocolate cake. Bit of LSA, linseed, sunflower, I went back there recently, so I got running out of options. Or transluminal, transluminal guidance to track down a supermarket when I couldn't go that way or that way or that way. And there was reasons why I couldn't. It was advised not to. And it was 11 o'clock in the night, so let's go that way. And I went for a half an hour walk. And I found a strip of shops that was rather familiar where I got, the real estate agent was the previous necro cannibal residence in Seaford, Victoria, outskirts of Melbourne. So that's where the old real estate agent was. Please forgive me. Anyway, I went past it. There's a noodle shop. Apparently, good noodles. Like deli, not deli. Got a milk bar, and what looked like a bottle shop. There was a sign for VB. So anyway, went home. Found my way home. The next day I went back. I almost got lost and ended up in a good spot where I could put a swag, because I'm never. It's a lot of effort to impoverish my residents, get involved, and scrapple back with me. But they don't want me to move because they know where I am to get clutter noises at me. And we're missing that. I was going to play around and try and capture some of that and actually go to bed, because that's usually within 3 minutes, 20 seconds, 5 minutes. It's kind of worse when there's slack. It could be like 5 minutes without a clutter noise, which I can't hear very well. It's apparently really loud and obviously not car doors. Oh gee, to celebrate it with not car doors, like I was saying in another video. 2 o'clock in the morning, AM, 3, 4 in the morning. A van arrives, pick up delivery in like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, cluttering. But it's never woken me up. Well, they don't do it when I'm asleep. The necro cannibal residents and priests that their neighbours worked for finished the hospital. Don't know, before or after. They were really 4 meters from the window and rattled and I sounded like I was going to break the windows, and the mate that helped me shift here didn't have many options, so I was grateful for him to be able to chuck a lot of stuff out with the Wendy Arthur stuff on it. Yeah, well, fairly obvious, it's often very obvious that it sounds that's great when these guys have tong drums and they can rattle your windows enough to make you think they're going to break as soon as you wake up in the morning every morning. Sometimes they're oblivious to it most of the time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Called sheriff and noise complaint. Castrated. I like saying picking up the butts, and I found that stick. What I wasn't going with, I looked at the stick, thinking, is there any chance of bear privilege? So we've analysed this. I went over, it's not so much about cooking imaginary cheese kranskis and what could or couldn't happen in actually having cheese kranskis when you're investigating in your mind and cooking imaginary cheese kranskis or kind of thing, cheese kransky kind of thing when you're in bed and you didn't have any but you know they exist. Well, let's investigate this and cook some imaginary cheese kranskis. You don't want to cook imaginary cheese kranskis. What is it? Bottle brush menu in there. Bottle brush menu. Bear principle. Black bear privilege in a suburban parkland. People around may or may not be calling him a pedophile. That's irrelevant because it doesn't matter if people call me pedophile. It's just sort of stick on my own problem. I wouldn't mind picking that up. Bear privilege. Bears with long claws, and if they're always got their claws out, whether they would pick that up anyway if they could with those claws. Well, of course they would be able to. I don't know. The difference of black bears are small, and back to the butcher bird, and the magpies. I just bang wang vari parts. Let's call them bang wangers. Bang wang vari parts. And it's a butcher bird, and the kookaburras and the butcher birds and the kingfishers are all kind of they've all got these big beaks, fancy. And I had a few times with butcher birds, they're smaller than the kingfishers, and sometimes they might look like they have fancy hair. And it's like, oh, bang wang vari man, banana man. And it's like, we're alright with that, we'll call you banana man. Those crazy psychotic seagulls. I got some bananas once, and I was at the front of my place, and I had some bananas, and there was some magpies, bang wang vari parts. And all of a sudden there was like, I'm not over exaggerating, 100. Not long after I got here, there was some murdered magpies. On 2 separate occasions, I found 2 placed, one part dead magpies. Another day, one with but yeah, so there's a lot of magpies. But that other one, his friends were really distressed. Distressed, is that it? Yeah. But then it was like, could have been 180, maybe 70. No, that's ridiculous. How many was it? 48, 59. Oh, so I got there, and they were going nuts over the bananas. Next thing, there's sometimes maybe once every few months you hear some seagulls fly over, but then like that, there was 5 seagulls and 2 crows. I wanted some banana. I had a lot of bananas that day, because one the day before the clap noises and subliminal interference, it took me 9.5 hours to cook breakfast, and I had 1 banana. When I found that banana, I was really happy, but it wasn't enough, so the next day I got like 10 bananas. 10 bananas. So yeah, I fed some. I ended up giving like 2 bananas. Never mind the smackers. More recently, I was at the Plaza car park, and I gave a little bit of banana. I don't know if I care if I'll spit it out. The seagulls, they didn't really seem to want it. And they got to the end of the bananas, that black bit that people don't like to eat. It's not very nice in texture, but they really like that bit. And I gave that to them, and some smackers, like, they've gone. If they. The rational way, they would have gone that way about 10 metres away. But it's fairly typical that people walk right towards me and come through my space, or look like they're going to walk over my shopping. And they're all smiles and delightful. They don't really care if they steal your food. And so I was just giving it to them. I wasn't hostile. I said, oh, well, considering I just deliberately gave them some, and I gestured to the banana peel, well, maybe they'll steal my banana peel as well. It's absolutely 54 minutes. Time's flying today. It's better than 9.5 hours cooking breakfast. I get 1 banana and get 10 the next day, and these psychotic birds. Oh, smackhead might be. Let's steal your food. Stand down and be careful because we're Anna. What's an Anna? Ooh. No, you're going on it all night saying ooh like 20 times. Ooh. Can't, you're not acting, I'm quite rational. I can't actually see the meaning of other people can. I don't know where I'm at. There's something wrong with my perceptions at the time. That's not. Yeah, that's what I was meaning to do. I was going to play like I was in bed and relax in bed to get a clap noise for it. Why do you want to hear a clap noise anyway? I did tune it. That's what the thing. I tuned it really nice. What's that about scapegoating? Serious scapegoating. I don't know. I feel like it's professionality and people practice recording stuff and get better at it. But there is such a chance as having an eye on these and considering where to put the bow. It's funny that in recordings I'm quite sure I would put something in like about dropping the bow, sounding like bone, and then Mummo telling you what that means. People say it and like think they know what it means, or if they do know what it means, or psychoaclaticas where I'm like, okay, dropping the bone. But no, they wouldn't say that. They're more like, no, I don't want to repeat any of their catchphrases. That's all they rely on. Just catchphrase after catchphrase after catchphrase. No one knows what is going on. I don't know how people who come from other parts know what they're even on about. They're getting locked up and castrated. Oh dear. That is actually better than it used to be. It's like that necral stuff that gets doesn't actually digest, goes into some mysterious abyss in the guts, and the food acids, some alcoholic beverage. Where to put my bow, Mama? So you won't be able to do this. No, I asked Archangel Cameo, like a pagan, piss him off. Can't find my bow, Archangel Cameo. And you direct me to like a freaking feather, this fat guy, and really under the viola, which is rational there. Now, direct me to the bow. Strange. So we're hoping to get better performance without that kind of audience, but yeah, I would turn this. Can't always turn the lights on. Sometimes, so I'm not that good at looking stuff. And it's not any better. Oh, it's a bit annoying. So how's my hair? Oh, fair enough. We wouldn't want to go out public. Fair enough. We're egomaniacs, vanity. There's certain reasons. Shit that almost looks like a cum stain on the pants, supposedly something more serious. It wasn't the ideal material to stitch this because I don't know how it broke there and the stitches there, and it's seriously schizophrenic. Probably one of the worst I've ever seen. I don't know if it's death, but even the best of death. Let's see. Some reason they're not celebrating it, is it? Must be watching that, but yeah, maybe. I mean, not 100% accurate. But it's probably really obvious with camouflage. I've had funny things happen before. My mum would be directing me into the bathroom for the lighter, and it's like the next day or the day after that, it's like, what? It's right there. I went in here several times. I went there looking for lost keys and thinking of going to the wilderness and starve to death. I don't care if the place gets ransacked. Lighter trying to camouflage somehow in the bathroom, and I was getting directed to go in the bathroom. What is going on? Supposedly that smoke shop didn't have Honey Rose ginseng cigarettes. Well, I mean, I asked, I said, can I please have the Honey Rose ginseng cigarettes? Fags. Fags, bundle of sticks. In the dictionary, you should look up faggot. It's a bundle of sticks. I knew that when I was 15 or 16. Young ladies having a laugh about that. I don't know. 80% dinner oil, that one, 50% dinner oil. I don't know. His family's got, the Goldsworthy family got mucked up. Of course. It's a rational explanation to look there. It's like when I was going into the bathroom and sort of going in the bathroom in denial it would be there, or it was there, and there's some kind of like cross-noting, cross-reference, crosshair, mismatching the shit. For instance, this is multi-purpose stuff. Which way was it going to go? Good Buddha statue helping me. Oh, that's way too far. What am I doing? Sorry, so usually apparently got no memory left, so I wonder if this will just disappear. Mum, I don't think that's going to be a safe option. We'll get to the right note. It's anticipating. So I'm telling the story to the technology, and they're engaging and interacting in the world based on software and general gadgetry. It actually makes it sound gypsy, you know. Maybe not time. That was the same time. I mean, complaining about the horse race. No, how's the horse race? I was making fun of people shoot that smack. You know, I can't do